Chris, you're not getting out of here yet. You know, you have to answer Sonoma questions, right? Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Okay, so part of the pod, and this has been great. I really enjoyed this.
I learned a lot about this.
Yeah, you're going to need a drink for this. But we have 2 visitor centers. One is Schreiner Hotel on the Plaza, one south of Jacuzzi Family Vineyards. People call us, text us, they slide into our DMs, they send us faxes, they write us letters. And they ask us questions. And you're going to help us in the segment we call We Get Questions. Here we go. Now, normally I have questions from visitors that come in and stuff like that, but I've been saving these from a scavenger hunt. Do you ever get the scavenger hunts that walk around the plaza?
I haven't yet.
Okay, you will.
But I don't doubt it. That's going to happen.
What I love is, you know what happens in the summer, and panicked people will come in, and they're like, oh, and they're looking for stuff. And we're always like, ask the visitor center, because we tend to know a lot of these answers ahead of time. But it's fun to go out and get it there. Mm-hmm. I won't make it super hard because I know you didn't grow up here, right? But I'll ask some of these questions or some of the things that you can do. And then you can answer it, or if you need help, just ask me for help.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Where can you get a photo of a white duck?
In the park?
Yeah, good answer. At the pond. You did it. That was pretty easy. Can't always guarantee to be the colored duck you want.
Yeah.
But there's always ducks there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out
Why?
there.
I mean, don't be a duck racist.
Don't be a duck racist.
Yeah. Mallards are great too.
Embrace all the ducks.
Have to be a white duck.
You know, and I wonder if maybe that one's a goose. You and I don't know a lot about poultry, do we?
They're tasty.
I cry foul.
Yeah.
They're tasty. Get out of here. Here's a question. It's actually on the scavenger hunt. If you were visiting Sonoma and wanted to know what to do, where would you go to find out?
I would go to the Visitors Bureau.
Good job.
Of course.
Yeah, 24 East Main Street.
Toscano Hotel.
Good job.
Yeah.
That was an easy one. You're pretty good at this. See, you thought this would be hard.
Yeah.
Okay, this one you might not know because you're not from here, and me neither, but I know because it's my job. But there's a thing called the Bear Flag Rebellion or the Bear Flag Revolt. Do you know what date that happened? You don't need to do the year.
I don't know if it's exact, but maybe last Saturday because there was a chicken cookout.
You're so good. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago, June 14th.
Oh.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
It was the same as Bergen Day.
Oh, it was Bergen Day.
The same weekend.
That's right, because we were prepping. We were talking about
Bergen Day. It was the day before Bergen Day.
We were talking about Bergen Day on this podcast a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, June 14th, there's a lot going on. Did you have people carrying their chicken over to Bergen Day?
We did.
That'd be funny.
That would have actually been nice.
This might be your year.
Yeah.
You can we're doing the mashup.
Yeah, bring us
Bergen Chicken Day.
We'll pour you some wine if you bring us a chicken wing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, they do a big chicken barbecue as part of the Bear Flag Rebellion, June 14th, 1846. And there is a statue in the plaza, the East corner. I know, I'm always like, which direction am I facing? The northeast corner. You can see it there. A lot of good, get some ice cream at Sweet Scoops, go across the street. Since you're from Nevada, and
thank you for saying it right.
Nevada. How about that one? Does that bother you when people say Nevada wrong?
Not really. Most people do.
They say Nevada, right?
And I'm a bit type A, so I have no problem.
Which is funny because Nevada is the correct way to say it, but Nevada is the correct way to say it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember if it's a Paiute word. It's one of the indigenous tribes, and so it's actually Nevada.
Really?
But I think everybody assumes it's
Nevada.
It's Latin, and it'd be Nevada. Yeah.
Anyway, it's your state.
It
no,
was.
We don't know where you were born.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me. You don't have to tell me.
South Dakota.
Oh, the Groundhog State. I don't know South Dakota. I'm going to get a letter from
the
South
Black
Dakota.
Hills Gold State.
South Dakota is really cool.
Yeah.
I will give you that. It is cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm talking
Pheasants, if we're talking about fowl.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. Wow. Look at that.
Callback.
So where we were, Bear Flag Revolt. Yeah. So
Revolt, yeah.
we, not me, there were a group that wanted independence from Mexico at the time. Ironically, it was a lot of people who were in the Mexican government who were also like, yeah, we don't want to be a part of that too because it's pretty far away. And so they had a revolt. It wasn't a big revolt. And blah, 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 blah. June 14th, we were an independent state, a republic. We were the California Republic for 20 days. So that was a big history. So there you go. Okay. John.
Was that surrounding the whole General Vallejo giving lots and lots of land away?
Well, part of it was they were all supposedly, and this is all what's true in history, right? Like they tied him up, but he was also drinking, and he was like, guys, I'm sick of answering down to Mexico City too. It's pretty far away. So let's just untie me and we'll figure this out. Now these could all be apocryphal stories. I don't know if they're true or not. but I'm saying them on the internet, so now they're true.
Yeah.
But
if it's on a podcast, it's absolutely
it's not true. You're right. So they give away large land grants. The Spanish and the Mexican had large land grants. That's why you do see names like Vallejo or Vallejo, which is 40 miles from here as well, and Benicia, which is his wife. So there were these large plots of land, and they were massive, that they were given away. Was it their land originally to give away? Going back to your discussion about the indigenous, perhaps not, right? But there were very large plots of land around the Bay Area. So you do know your history.
A little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Which is, again, weird because I'm only 23.
And I know, and they teach that stuff. I thought all you guys learned in Nevada
because I just got out of school.
Was gambling. Okay, if you need to take a photo of your group in front of a place for cold, frosty, yummy treats, where would you take a photo in Sonoma in front of cold, frosty, yummy treats?
At the cold, frosty, yummy place that I can't remember the name of right
Yeah, the cold, frosty, yummy treat store.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Sweet Scoops ice cream.
Also in the northeast corner.
That's also there.
If I'm not mistaken.
So also, if you're an adult, I believe you can get frosé at Psy, which is the champagne bar over there. So that's cold, frosty, and yummy. Frozen rosé.
As is cider.
As is cider.
I have one of those.
You ever go talk to Rick over at Palm? Yeah, he's got the pet gnat, and Rick's fun. He always comes in and tells me about a great cider, and never brings me any. Rick.
Shame on you.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you got a great new cider, and then he wanders away.
He's like, how do you like them apples? But you won't know because you can't taste them.
Right, and they're not fermented like they should be for cider. Okay, here's another one. The homecoming rally is held every year. Go Dragons. Where do they hold it?
No idea.
Yeah. And you've only been here one cycle.
The barracks.
You're so close in the amphitheater. It's a really small town feel. They have a big parade and they all end up at the amphitheater and it's a lot of fun. And go Dragons. So that's big time there. Who originally lived in what is now the Sunflower Cafe? So half a block away from you is the Sunflower Cafe. Right next to El Dorado. Someone lived there.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was kind of hard, but there's a little plaque.
I was hoping this was going to be the Hooker House because that would have been easier.
That would have been easier.
I don't know.
It was Vallejo's brother, whose name I've forgotten.
Hermano Vallejo.
Hermano Vallejo. Exactly it.
Yeah.
Exactly it. So he lived in what is now the Sunflower Cafe. Here's another one. Where is the Sonoma Mission?
A few steps down from the Toscano.
Absolutely correct.
On the far northeast corner.
Good job. You're very good with your compass there.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's on the northeast corner. There's the Mission. It's been rebuilt a few times. Here in California, we have a thing where we build things out of adobe, and then it rains, and there's an earthquake, and then we rebuild it, and then there's a fire, and then we rebuild it.
Not the most stable, that mud.
It is not.
Yet they are some of the oldest buildings.
They're still around
here. Yeah.
And you can find it.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the whole
Easy to repair, I guess.
I know. Another one. I'll give you maybe two more. You're doing a great job.
Okay.
You're actually doing a really good job here. There's a field called Arnold Field. Mm-hmm. Do you know who it is named after? And why is he famous?
Is it Tom Arnold?
In fact,
Benedict Arnold?
It's all the...
Our former governor?
Yes, they named it after Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's the Schwarzenegger Field.
Tom Arnold. So it's a guy named Hap Arnold was a World War II general, and he retired here. And but I do like the Tom Arnold Field. We'll see if he'll stop by. Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's still alive.
Totally.
Okay, yeah, and so is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hopefully after today too. We don't want to be those guys.
Oh my God, that would be terrible.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Last we heard of him, Tim was talking on a podcast. Oh dear, we did it. Final question: you need to take a photo with General Vallejo. How would you do that? Well, it doesn't have to be actually.
Find a DeLorean and some plutonium.
And go 88 miles an hour.
Yes. There's a statue of him somewhere.
There is. There is, in fact.
Is that him on the park bench?
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Oh, good for me. I guessed right.
On the north side of the plaza, on a park bench, there's General Vallejo. Well, a statue of him.
Yeah.
It's not actually him, because having a mummified General Vallejo would be a little off-putting.
It might be him, and they just bronzed him.
He could be encased.
Yeah. That's creepy.
Come back on Halloween. We're going to find out.